Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time around, it is yet another unboxing. I have a handful of titles that were sent to me by a longtime friend and subscriber of mine, Jonathan. And I also have a very small stack of titles that I picked up for my personal collection that I did not get in the mail yet or did not have when I did my last update. So, and I'm also going to be reading and sharing my thoughts on the letter that Jonathan sent with the package. So let's actually get started with just showing off the stuff that Jonathan sent me. So he sent me Groundhog Day on 4K, which is really cool, really awesome. This is one of my favorite Bill Murray films, one of my favorite comedies of the 90s, and I'm really curious to see what it looks like in 4K. So, Groundhog Day. I don't even think I had Groundhog Day on Blu-ray anyway, so it's nice to have the film in 4K, let alone just Blu-ray. And here we have another classic 90s comedy, Tommy Boy. I had this on my wish list because I only had the DVD. This is another one of my favorite comedies from the 90s. I love this film, it's hilarious. Chris Farley, David Spade, so many classic moments. Fat guy in a little coat. The whole scene where Chris Farley is describing to investors for his brake pads what he does when he has something good, when he has a good thing. You know, I crush it and I destroy it and it's it's just hilarious. Really an absolute gem. And it also has a really good heart to it as well. It's a nice film in that regard. So Tommy Boy, would love to get Black Sheep as well, because I think that one is honestly pretty underrated with David Spade and Chris Farley. Then we have an anime called MFKZ. Looks interesting. It's got a lot of American voice actors. I mean, you've got Michael Chiklis, Giancarlo Esposito, Danny Trejo, RZA. Uh, yeah, it's like a sci-fi anime hip hop mix. Okay, looks interesting. Here we have the Screaming Skull, the Scream Factory release. Um, I remember watching the Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode of this with my dad on the Sci-Fi Channel. So I'm actually pretty pretty pleased with having this in my collection now because it actually does include that episode as a bonus feature. So yeah, I remember this film being really bad, but it was definitely really entertaining though with the bots and I believe it might have been Mike Nelson, but it might have been the other host as well. It might have been Joel. So Screaming Skull, and then we have another Disney film for the Disney collection, The Lady and the Tramp. It's pretty cool. Has a lot of features on it, and I honestly don't think I've ever seen Lady and the Tramp. I've seen trailers. I know of it. You know the infamous scene. Well, not infamous. The famous scene where the dogs are having a plate of spaghetti and meatballs and they kiss. But that's all I really know when it comes to the film. I don't think I've ever actually seen this movie. So Lady and the Tramp. And then the last one that he sent me is another 4K release. And this is Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. This looks interesting. It's a DC animated film that features Batman in the era of Sherlock Holmes. So it honestly seems like it could be a potentially interesting and worthwhile Elseworld story. So Bathman, that's a different kind of superhero. Bathman, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. Oh my god. And I'll save the letter for last here. So the rest of the stuff here, there's one DVD set that I got from a Facebook seller, and the rest are Blu-rays. So I got a really good deal on these, so that's why I really went for it. We got Vision Quest with Matthew Modine, Warner Archive release. Pretty good transfer. No, it doesn't even have any features. There's no trailers. There's no anything. Just bare bones. Typical stuff from Warner Brothers. We have the Shout Factory release of Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos, Vanity, and Gene Simmons, who plays a transvestite villain named, I think, yeah, Velvet. Yeah, Velvet von Rangar. This is one of those films that would only have been made in the 80s, for better or worse. So, Never Too Young to Die. And then, Brooke Shields' film called Sahara. It's a canon film, action adventure movie. It's a Region B title. And then we have Time Bandits, the Arrow Video release, which is also a region locked title. I only had the film on DVD, so got a really good deal on this. I think I only paid like, what was it, 25 or 30 or something for all those shipped. That was a pretty good deal. Um, and actually, hold on, I forgot to grab one real quick. So I have the Deer Hunter, the Shout Factory 4K release. Only had it on DVD previously, and I got this from a seller for what I think it was like 13 bucks or something. It was a really good deal. And then I got Twin Peaks, the limited event series on DVD. I only paid around $10 for it. Because I didn't have this limited event series. I have Twin Peaks on Blu-ray in a box set, but I did not have this new series, so decided to pick it up on DVD. So, yeah, Twin Peaks, and then the last thing is this Sopranos box set, the complete series. Bada bing, bada boom. Uh, this is uh, this is a show I've heard a lot of things about, and I've seen clips of, but I've never actually seen the show. And I'd had this on my Amazon wish list for a while, but I missed out when Amazon had their sale because I didn't really have enough cash to buy it because I had been taking part in other sales. So ever since they had it on sale, the price has just skyrocketed. It's just been insanely high. So I mean, it's been over $100, maybe $80 at the cheapest. So I saw this actually for sale on Facebook Marketplace from a local seller, and I got a good deal on it. I only paid about 65 for it, and this has all 86 episodes on Blu-ray, and they all come in individual cases because this is the original release of this set. There's a re-release that's cheaper, but it's got cheaper materials when it comes to the packaging. You have a lot of reviews that are saying like it's falling apart and some discs are absolutely ruined. So yeah, so each of the seasons are in their own separate cases. So seasons 1 through 6, and there's also a bonus disc. And I just put on episode 1, just flipped through it to see what the quality was like, and the one scene that I watched for like 30 seconds I really enjoyed. So I think I'm gonna like this show. And the thing is, I've enjoyed all the clips that I've seen from this show. So I do think this is gonna be a show that I'm gonna have a lot of good things to say about it. So anyway, that's the Sopranos complete series Blu-ray box set. Okay, so now we get to the letter portion of the video. This is a letter sent to me by Jonathan. Um, Normally he asks some questions, uh, gives some advice, stuff like that. Gives his opinions on things. I'm going to respond to them as succinctly as I possibly can because I'm dealing with a little bit of a sinus issue. I don't know if you can hear it or not in my voice, but it has to do with temperature changes in my room, the way that my parents have the heat set up. Whenever the heater kicks on, it just completely blasts hot air throughout my entire room because there is no way to circulate it because there's no other fan to circulate the air. So it just sits there. And if the fan continually kicks on, it's just hot air on top of more hot air. And there are some nights where it gets really bad and I wake up and my sinuses are all fucked up. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. So I'm gonna try to still answer these questions and stuff like that, but just letting Jonathan know and others know that I'm kind of not 100%. So he says, I hope you enjoy these gifts. Wait until the 1st of May. I want to send you more gifts, including Superman the movie 4K and Alien. That's cool. Speaking of Alien 4K, that's there has been a recent announcement actually from Disney that they are going to be working on a 4K box set of the Alien films for some time later this year. And I think they're also going to be doing individual releases as well. I'll look forward to that. That being said, the original, not necessarily the original, but the remasters for the 25th anniversary box set are still absolutely spectacular. So I don't really know how much of an improvement the 4K discs are going to be because I think those used 4K remasters in the first place. But we'll see. And then he talks about this review of RoboCop, the 2014 RoboCop remake from a website called Pop Mythology. And I just bookmarked it. I bookmarked this review for another video. So I can't do it justice here because I'm not quite 100%. So I'm going to save it for when my energy level is better and my sinuses feel better and I can really tear it apart. I have another RoboCop remake article already saved as well, so probably going to do a video sometime where I talk about some of the 10-star reviews of the 2014 film and the two reviews that I've saved in my bookmarks of the movie. So, trying to see where his original. He's like, what do I think of the review? From what I've read, it definitely does seem like a bunch of bullshit that I wouldn't buy for $1. Uh, yeah, I can see the new Coke comparison for sure. And that's a good point about the Ghostbusters 2016 merchandise compared to the merchandise for the original film. I will say one thing about the 2016 Ghostbusters. That release is the reason why this hat exists and why other merchandise exists. So that's one little positive. But I don't think this had to exist just because a new film was coming out. They could have just made it anyway because it's a really cool hat. He mentions how many stars do I give the following movies? Evil Dead remake. I think I gave that 2 stars somewhere. I think, or 1.5. Shallow Grave, 3. Jingle All the Way, 3.5. Home Alone, the first film. I love that movie. I'm gonna give that 5 stars. Home Alone 2. I'm hovering around 3 or 3.5 with that one. The Ref. The Ref was fine. A little disappointing, but still pretty good. I would say it was a 3-star film. Mixed Nuts, 2 stars. December. There were some segments that I liked, but not that many, so 2 stars. The Haunted, 3 stars. Last Starfighter, 4.5. Galaxy Quest, I, I'm I'll probably give that 4.5 as well. Cop, uh, pretty solid one, 3.5. The Hard Way, 4. Bird on a Wire, 4. Wayne's World, 4. Wayne's World 2, 3.5. Beavis and Butthead Do America, 3.5. The Crow, really like that. Um, let's go with 5, or 4.5. Like it's really high. City of Angels, 1.5 stars. Salvation, 2. Wicked Prayer, 1. Joker, that was pretty good. For what it was, I know some people might think it's a little harsh. Actually, no, I think I probably will give it like 4-star rating. It was a good film. Wonder Woman 1984, 1.5, 2 stars, in that range. Keep in mind, folks, my star range is out of 5. This is Spinal Tap 5. I love it. I would give it 11 stars if I could. And Jim Cotta, 3. He mentioned some other films that he would like me to review. I will definitely get around to doing these particular requests. Demon City, Shinjuku. That's one that I actually got another request for, so that's going to be coming up probably within the next. I wouldn't say next week or so, because I do have some other requests ahead of that, and some things that I still want to do. But definitely sometime next month, for sure. And yeah, all those other titles I'll definitely keep in mind. As well as these other titles that you're mentioning here for the 1980 horror film list. Uh, Thanks for the kind words about the rant on Steel. I forgot to add the stuff on 1985. On top movies of '85 and Q. Yeah, you're right. I definitely need to add that. Add those two. I will get around to doing that uh, when I get the chance. The reason why some titles are not on my letterbox list is because what I'm using is the list on Wikipedia, and sometimes the Wikipedia list doesn't include everything that was released from that year. So then he mentions 1917 review. He mentions how he can't wait to hear reviews on 1917. Yeah, I absolutely love that film. So that'll be probably pretty soon. Quick Change, Breaking News in Yuba County, Barb and Star, Moving, Trapped in Paradise, Problem Child 1 and 2, Clifford and Ninja Scroll. Um, I don't know if I'll actually review Moving or Critical Condition, um, or Trapped in Paradise right now, or even something like Breaking News in Yuba County. Problem Child films I'm saving for later. Ninja Scroll. If things work out, and my sinuses clear up enough, I'll try to get that review uploaded and ready to go later today, but um, we'll see. Yeah. Um, thank you. Thank you for those kind words, Jonathan, about my friend who passed away. Really appreciate that. Um, he talks about the Crow review. Um, is it now one of my favorite comic book movies and fantasy films now? Yeah, I would say so. Definitely is. Um, yeah, the bullet swallowing stuff, that was kind of dumb, but it's macho shit that a lot of those films kind of have their villains do. So, didn't bug me that much. Yeah, I'll look into doing top movies of 1992 and 93 on Letterboxd. Thanks for the kind words about my review of Spinal Tap. And yeah, I did hear about how Steven Tyler hates the film because it made him cry because it's too close to home. And I will definitely be on the lookout for the birthday package in May, as well as the next letter. And in terms and when it comes to my plans for March, April, and May, I'm just gonna roll with the punches. I'm just gonna go with the flow. That's really what my plan is. So, yeah. Again, thanks goes to Jonathan for sending me these items in the mail as well as a letter. And thanks goes to you for supporting this channel. If you're new or an old subscriber, or if you're just dropping by and giving a like or leaving a comment. Any amount of support means a lot to me, and it's much appreciated. So anyway, thank you for watching this video, and as always, I'll see you later. See ya.